Have you ever stopped to wonder about the discovery of the American continent? Today, we're going to delve into this fascinating topic, debunking some of the common misconceptions along the way. We'll explore the series of events that led to the unveiling of this vast land, from its initial discovery to the subsequent waves of exploration. We're going on a captivating journey across time and ocean, unraveling the intricate tapestry of history that shaped this continent. Stay tuned as we take a journey back in time to explore the discovery of America. The story of America's discovery starts long before Columbus set foot on its shores. The genesis of this tale takes us back to the era of the first inhabitants of the Americas, the Native Americans. These early settlers undertook an arduous journey, migrating thousands of miles from Asia across a land bridge known as the Bering Strait. It was a monumental journey, one that required courage, fortitude, and an enduring spirit of adventure. Now imagine, if you will, a time when mammoths still roamed the earth and the world was a vast unexplored wilderness. This was the world these early pioneers faced as they ventured into the unknown in pursuit of new lands and opportunities. They established thriving cultures, built impressive cities, and developed complex societies long before the first Europeans arrived. Fast forward a few centuries, and we encounter another group of explorers. This time, they hailed from the cold, rugged lands of Scandinavia. Around the year 1000 AD, a Viking expedition led by Leif Erikson crossed the treacherous North Atlantic, reaching what is now known as Newfoundland in Canada. This marked the first known European contact with the Americas, a full 500 years before Columbus. So, while Columbus is often credited with discovering America, the continent had been inhabited for thousands of years prior. The story of America's discovery is not one of a single moment in time, but a tapestry of exploration and settlement that stretches back to the dawn of humanity. For Columbus, this period in history is known as the Age of Discovery, a time when European explorers set sail to chart new territories and expand their knowledge of the world. Among these explorers was Christopher Columbus, an Italian navigator whose voyages were funded by the Spanish monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella. In the late 15th century, Columbus embarked on his first voyage across the Atlantic Ocean. His goal was to find a direct sea route to Asia, a continent rich in spices, silk, and other valuable goods. However, after months of sailing, Columbus and his crew did not find Asia. Instead, they stumbled upon a land unknown to them. Columbus initially believed he had reached the Asian continent. In his mind, he had successfully found the direct route he had set out to discover. However, as he explored these new lands and interacted with the people he found there, Columbus began to realize that he had not reached Asia. The people, culture, and environment were vastly different from what he knew of Asia. In fact, Columbus had discovered a new continent, a landmass that would later be known as the Americas. This realization, however, did not immediately dawn on Columbus or the Europeans. It took several voyages and many years for the truth to fully sink in, that they had discovered a whole new world separate from the continents of Europe, Asia, and Africa. These voyages by Columbus not only led to the discovery of new lands, but they also opened up a new chapter in world history. They marked the beginning of sustained European exploration and eventual conquest of the Americas. Europe's encounter with the Americas would lead to profound changes, not just for the Europeans, but also for the indigenous peoples of the Americas. Columbus's voyages marked the beginning of sustained European exploration and eventual conquest of the Americas. Following Columbus's voyages, many other explorers set out to chart this new world. They were driven by curiosity, ambition, and the allure of undiscovered lands filled with potential riches. Let's delve into some of these trailblazing figures. Firstly, there's Amerigo Vespucci, an Italian explorer whose voyages along the eastern coast of South America in the late 15th and early 16th centuries were so significant that the new continent was named after him. His letters detailing his travels were widely circulated in Europe, introducing many to the concept of a new world separate from Asia. Then, we have Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer who dared to venture where none had before. He led the first expedition to circumnavigate the globe, proving that the world was indeed round and significantly larger than previously thought. Though Magellan himself didn't survive the entire journey, his expedition provided invaluable insights into global navigation and geography. These explorers were not alone. Numerous others, such as Juan Ponce de Leon, Hernán Cortés, and Francisco Pizarro, also embarked on quests of discovery, each leaving their own indelible mark on history. But it's important to remember that this era of exploration wasn't without its dark side. These voyages led to the widespread colonization of the Americas, having profound and often devastating impacts on the indigenous populations. Diseases brought by the Europeans decimated native communities, and brutal conquests disrupted and destroyed centuries-old cultures and societies. Yet, amidst the turmoil, there were also instances of cross-cultural exchange. New foods, ideas, and technologies were shared between the old world and the new, shaping the course of human history. In the grand scheme, the post-Columbian era of exploration was a time of great discovery and change. It heralded the dawn of a more interconnected world, with far-reaching implications that continue to resonate to this day. These explorers changed the course of history, leading to the world as we know it today. So the discovery of America is a complex tale of exploration, conquest, and survival. It's a narrative that stretches far beyond the well-trodden path of Columbus's voyages. It's a tale that begins with the earliest inhabitants during the pre-Columbian era, who crossed the Bering Strait and established rich, diverse cultures across the continent. Then, we enter the Age of Discovery, where the likes of Columbus, sailing under the Spanish flag, set the stage for a new chapter in the history of the Americas. Yet, the story doesn't end with Columbus. The post-Columbian era saw further exploration and colonization by various European powers, each leaving their indelible mark on the land and its people. With each chapter, we find that the discovery of America is not a simple singular event. It's a layered, intricate tapestry woven with the threads of numerous civilizations, explorers, and cultures. Next time you think about the discovery of America, remember it's not just a story of one man, but a story of many civilizations and explorers.